Deebo Samuel, gone but not forgotten. Let's go. Welcome to the Cayman's Island podcast, where we talk all things San Francisco 49ers. I'm your host, David Cayman, and today I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on Deebo Samuel and his trade to the Washington Commanders. Now, I have to be honest with you, man. I really like Deebo Samuel. I'm going to miss Deebo. I know these last few seasons, he just hasn't been it, and I can admit that and understand that, but I think that Deebo brought an extra swag and an extra moxie to our team in some games, man, and in the locker room. And I know that at times it could have both positive and negative effects, but when Deebo was at the peak of his game, Deebo was at the peak of his game. And I really do appreciate what he did for us back in the 2021 season. Essentially, when you look at his numbers, and we're going to go over those here in a second, but when you look at his numbers, the man essentially carried us the whole season into the playoffs. Who knows what would have happened if Jaquiski Tart can't catch an interception lofted into his hands. But let's take a look back at what Deebo did for us back in 21. You got 77 receptions, 1,405 receiving yards, 6 receiving touchdowns, 365 rushing yards, 8 rushing touchdowns, just a ridiculously good season. And like I said, I appreciate it very much what he did for us that year, really carrying our team. You think back to the catch that he made, the grab that he made against the Rams in the final game of the regular season to even help us get to the playoffs. So, man, Deebo, really going to miss you. And I know, man, as fans, we can be tough on guys. We forget the aspect that this is a man, has a family to take care of, and we forget that aspect. I know that Deebo had some being out of shape issues this year, some really big drops, and at times you could really tell that Kyle was just trying to really force feed him the ball to try and get him going. When you look at what Deebo is going to do, for the Commanders, I really think it's a really good fit, right? They have a good team over there already, an up-and-coming team. They have a bunch of cap space. I'm sure that they're going to add some additional pieces. And with Deebo going over to that offense, I think it's really going to add some nice wrinkles. You can put Deebo in the slot, put him in motion, put him in the backfield. Just that threat alone over there in that division, I really feel like it's going to help their offense. It's going to give really an underneath security blanket to Jaden where he may not have to hold on to the ball as long. Put Deebo in motion, hit him over a little slant over the middle, see what he can do. And maybe they can rejuvenate Deebo. Maybe Deebo, maybe this wakes Deebo up. He gets back in the weight room, he trims down, he refocuses and has himself a great year. I wish nothing but the best for Deebo, man. He did a lot for us while he was here. He really did. In fact, I would say that him probably doing a bit too much in the backfield and doing a bit too much physically is probably taking a season, maybe season and a half off of his career, giving us the best of himself while he was a 49er. Then you turn the page over to the 49ers now that we are without Deebo. I think the fact that we were able to get a 5th-round pick versus cutting him and getting nothing is a huge win. I really feel like the bigger win, believe it or not, is the fact that without his presence, I'm hoping that Kyle will get back to the basics, get back in his bag, and draw up something new. Draw up a new wrinkle. Kyle's always each season had some small little nuance or wrinkle to the offense, and I really hope that it sparks his creativity. I'm looking for a big season from Ricky Pearsall. There are rumors out there that we may even trade Brandon Ayuk. Now, I really feel like that's just smoke and mirrors. I really don't see anybody trading some serious draft capital for a receiver coming back with an absolutely shredded knee. I really don't see BA coming back being ready anytime soon for the start of the regular season. I just don't foresee it. We might be looking at mid to late October at best before BA can even make it back to the field. And what is he going to look like? Now, this isn't the knee injuries of 10, 15 years ago, man. These guys are world-renowned athletes. Their bodies heal a lot better than us. But just with BA missing the offseason, he still wasn't even in rhythm. What's he going to look like now, being out over a year? So we got to see what BA is going to look like. And then what are the Niners going to do now in the draft? You have no Deebo Samuel. Supposedly they're actively shopping BA. What if something crazy were to happen and they get a second-round pick for this guy and move that salary over? So I think that would definitely play into their overall pick at number 11. Millen from Arizona, that 6'5" frame's sitting there at pick 11, and you have no BA, you have no Deebo. I think you have to do something. Or is this some larger setup to get a receiver, make a trade, do something in free agency? That's yet to be seen. But overall, man, I love me some Deebo. I'm going to miss number 19. When I think about Deebo, I don't think about number 1 Deebo. I think about number 19 Deebo for sure. Going to miss him. Going to miss him for what he did for our franchise. Wish him the best of luck with the Commanders. Of course, until they play the Niners, then he has to have negative yards in that particular game. But drop a comment, man. Let me know how you feel overall about Deebo. And if you like what you saw in today's show, subscribe. Y'all take care.